Hi, this video introduces SAP GUI and SAP exercises for your course. There are several prerequisites for this. First, you have to download SAP software and install it in your own computer. Or you can use the SAP software in the computer lab at Hendrix 245. If you choose to install in your own computer, you can follow the instructions on D2L to download the software from the shared folder on your Google Drive. You can choose to install the software on Windows system or the Mac system. There are instructions for both systems. Second, you have to download the SAP exercise PDF file to your own computer. Open it in your web PDF reader. Please don't open the PDF file in your web browser because it may cause some problems sometimes. The third, you have to get your SAP username and password ready. When you have all the three, and we can start for the next step. Okay, if you have successfully installed the SAP logon or the GUI, you will find this icon, on your desktop. And also, I'd like you to check the username and password before we proceed. And also you will have this SAP exercise downloaded to your computer. So we can do this later. Okay, this is the SAP user information you can find from your D2L. So there are a couple of information that you will use for the exercise. So first thing, the SAP client name, host name, and client number. You need this to get into the SAP system. And also you need your username and your initial password. So I blocked the names and initial password here, but in your Excel file you can find your name, your username, and your password. Okay, this is the username, and just remember to open the exercise from your own computer. Open it in your Acrobat Reader. Okay, Acrobat Reader. Don't open it in the web browser. Okay, so basically, this is some you need to get ready for the exercise. Now, if you find the SAP logon, double click on this icon. Will bring you to a new window. So this is the window you choose the right SAP system. So the SAP is hosted not in our university, but at the University of Wisconsin at Milwaukee. So everything you entered into the system will be stored in a server there. So, but we need to choose a system. Okay, if you go back to the Excel file, the system is the SAP GBI Inter 2.4, and the host name is bk1 uccuwm.edu. So locate this one. So find bk1. So this is the right system. Okay, bk1 uccuwm.edu. So double click on this item. Will bring you to the log on system interface. So now you need to enter the information for the client. The client number is it's 129, and input your username is GBI002 for me, but yours should be different. And then input your password. Okay, so when you enter the initial password, you will be prompted to change your password. Remember that password. You try to choose a simple one, okay, and write it down. Otherwise, you will not be able to enter the system next time if you forgot. I'm going to enter when you enter your password, just make sure that the password is case sensitive and then press enter. Now you enter the system. So this is the general interface for the SAP. Let me give you a brief introduction to this interface, then we'll move on to the SAP exercise. So first, on top of that, you have the menu bar. You can have menu, different items, edit, favorites, extra, system, or help. Okay, you can choose whatever you want. And the second row is called the standard toolbar. There are some standard bar icons and tools, and you can use for various functions. And then on the left-hand side over here is the SAP menu. You can choose mainly transactions in this place, and the right column is right part is the content area, and it will display the transaction you have chosen. So let's take a look at the standard toolbar. So the first one is a check button. It functions as enter on your keyboard. Okay, and this box is called command box. You can enter some command into this box and hit enter to execute that. But make sure whenever you want to execute a transaction or a command, you must be out of any transaction you have to stay in this page. Okay, and this button is save. Remember to save before you exit. And this one is backwards to go to previous screen. And this is to go to a upper level of your transaction. And this one is cancel button. Okay, so these several buttons are most commonly used. Okay, we'll leave rest out for the specific exercise. And take a look at the SAP menu. Those are some of the items or the transactions you can choose. And this, you can see, it's a folder. It looks like a folder, and this is closed. If you click on the little arrow, and you can open that, and you can see something like an item, like you have a cube. So this icon indicates a transaction. Okay, and then you can double click any transaction to execute that. And let's take a look at the logistics. If you open this folder, you can see more folders. So the folders are organized in a way to better manage different functions or different transactions. For example, let's take a look at the sales and distribution. If you open that, and you can still open further, and again, so you can see there are many levels of the folder or the menu items, and these are opened folder, and this is the transaction. Okay. So for this one, it means to create the sales prospect, okay, for the business partner in the master data. So and let's choose another one. So you can see for this transaction, it means to create the complete customer information, and that is stored in the master database. Okay. Anyway, if you double click complete, and there are some new windows prompts. Okay, and you can enter the information there, and we'll talk about this later. Okay. So, but there's a problem. when you want to execute a transaction, sometimes you have to open, a lot of folders. Sometimes it's time consuming. Excuse me. So in order to make this process quicker, sometimes we could use something called favorites, just like your web browser. So you can right click on one of the transaction and click on add to favorite, and you can see this has been added to your favorite folder. If you close your SAP menu, you can execute this transaction from the favorite folder. That's it's easier for you to organize the transaction you want to execute. All right, those are some of the very basic things you need to know to use the SAP GUI. Let's turn to the SAP exercise. If you open that in a PDF folder reader, and you'll find this PDF file. So for each PDF file, you need to fill in these blanks. Okay, so for example, you type your name over there and the course information. For example, you could say BUAD 320 -001 is for your course, or you could enter some other course if you are taking another course. Identifier is the last 3 digits of your SAP username. For example, it could be 003, 004. Okay, this could be your username, SAP username, but the last 3 digits is just 3 digits. And the client number we are using is 129 for this course right now. But you could be different if you are using the other course material. So let's take a look at this exercise. This exercise gives you the detailed instructions. So please read all the information on the PDF file very carefully. For each exercise, you will see an exercise workflow detailing what you need to do in this exercise. For exercise 1, what you are going to is try to learn to navigate the SAP. So the first task is navigating SAP. Second task is to view transaction codes, and then the third one to view help guides. The fourth one, SAP search menu. So you will see some exercise deliverables in the system. Sometimes you see none. You don't have to store any data on the system. But sometimes you will see some exercise. You will store some information into the system. And on paper, meaning on this PDF file, you need to answer some of the questions you'll see later. And then for each task, you will have very detailed instructions. Like step 1, navigating SAP, you will need to read all the information below and take step by step instructions. So for example, the step 1.1, follow the navigation path below to display account balance. So the task is to display the account balance, and you will see the navigation path below, from accounting to financial accounting to account receivable, account display balance. So this is the navigation path. With this, you need to go to your SAP system, okay, and follow the path. The path is from accounting, go to accounting, open accounting, and the next one is financial accounting. Go to financial accounting. You can double click or click this to open, and go to accounts receivable. Accounts receivable. Open that, and the next one is account. go to account